Hi everyone, this is Ann Fields from Peaceful Poses Kids Yoga. Today I'm going to give you a class called Superhero Yoga. So we're going to do all kinds of poses and you can think of your favorite superhero. Maybe you have your yoga mat out and you have a superhero costume on. Maybe you have your cape, which I would definitely take off and just kind of let your cape have a rest while you do your yoga. But whatever you want to do and whatever your favorite superhero is, that's what we're going to do today. So first, before we start, children under 18, please get permission from your parent or guardian before doing poses in this video. Parents and guardians, please be aware that the poses in this video do involve movement and physical activity and maintaining a pose or posture which may cause physical injury. So please see a physician before to consult with them before the child does activities in this video. So first, let's have a little mat chat. So maybe you're on a beach towel, maybe you're on the carpet in your living room, or maybe you're on your very own yoga mat. So let's just have a little talk about what a superhero is. I think a superhero is an extra special helper. I think a superhero is somebody who is really kind and really strong. And I mean, you could be strong on the outside, but super strong on the inside as well. I think a superhero is somebody who's really brave. Even when things get a little scary, they're still really, really brave. So also, I think a superhero is somebody who eats really healthy foods and takes care of their body inside and out. They drink plenty of water, they get exercise, and they really study hard. So superheroes look like all different things out there for us. A lot of superheroes are in our houses, and there's superheroes out there right now too on the outside. So let's start our superhero class. We're going to move into our mindful body. So I'm going to scoot back on my yoga mat, and you should get comfortable too, whatever works best for you. I'm going into crisscross applesauce. My hands go on my knees, my spine grows tall. And now I'm in my mindful body. So in our mindful body, when we're sitting this tall, we could take a few deep breaths because all superheroes need a few deep breaths. So we breathe in through our nose. Let's sigh out our mouth. And again, let's breathe in through our nose. And sigh. Let's do one more. And from there, we're taking our legs straight out in front of us, and we're going to start to stretch. After a few deep breaths, maybe you want to check in with how do you feel? I feel so much better after a few deep breaths. So now we reach for our knees, and then we're going to reach for our shins, and maybe we tickle our toes, maybe not. Maybe our superhero only can go to our shins, and that's okay. That's okay. So reaching for our shins or our toes. So now we take our hands down by our side, press our hands into the mat, and we're lifting to a reverse plank. And then we come down, and again, we're going to reach for those toes. And then our hands go down by our sides, and we're reaching for a reverse plank. So I'll show you to the side so we can do one more. We're reaching right over to those toes. Our hands go down our mat or to the floor. Let's go by our hips, our heels pressed into the mat. We lift to a reverse plank. Oh, planks make us so strong. So now we're going to swing our legs around. We're going onto our knees. So when we go on our knees, this is called hero pose in yoga. Who knew on your knees was called your hero pose? So we have our tall back and our tall spine. Let's take a deep breath there. So now let's take our hands to our mat and we're going on our knees. So this is called tabletop. And in our tabletop today, we're going to do a few cats and cows. So I'll turn to the side to show you cat and cow. So when we do a cat, we're rounding our back over. Do you see how round my back gets? Rounding our back over. And even in this, we can go meow, meow. And then we arch our back and this is our cow. So we go moo. And again, we round that back over. We go meow. We arch our back and we go moo. And so from here, we're going to take one hand, and our superhero is going to reach up high and maybe try to tickle the sky a little bit. Very good. And then we bring that hand down, and we're going to go to the other side and reach up high and tickle that sky. Awesome job. And then bring that down. We're reaching our hips back to our heels. Hands are in front, and our head goes down, and this is called child's pose. Sometimes superheroes need a break, and child's pose is a great place to take a break. So we take a great big inhale. And again, let's do one more child's pose break. From here, we're curling our toes under, lifting our hips to the sky. So when we do that, this is called downward dog. So here's our downward dog. Hips reaching to the sky. Sometimes our heels touch the ground, and sometimes they don't. And either way is fine. So here's our down dog. And from our down dog, we're going to walk our feet in and roll up tall. So now our superhero is in mountain pose, and we're standing still for just a moment. Our belly button is in. A rainbow is under our chin. Crown is on our head. We take a deep breath. Let's do a sun salutation. Kids' sun salutations look a little different than grown-up ones. So we reach up tall. We can say, hello, sun. Reach our arms around like a great big sun. Take our hands to our mat. And here we are walking it back to plank. So plank can look like this with the nice straight legs. Or our plank can be with our knees bent. Whatever works for you is a great way to do plank. So from here, we bend those elbows down, and we go on our belly. We press our hands down to the mat, and we lift a cobra. Hiss. We come back down, hands go by our side. Let's go back to child's pose. Curl our toes under, lift our hips to the sky. Here, we're gonna bend our knees, look at our hands. We're gonna hop in. Hop. We go right back up to mountain pose. So now that we're in mountain pose and we're a superhero, we are going to do I can do anything breath. So we reach up tall, we say I can do anything. Inhale. Take our hands by our hips. Let's go again. I can do anything. Let's do one more. I can do anything. Excellent job. How do you feel after 3 of those kinds of breaths? I feel like I could do anything. So from here, we're going to go to warrior one. What a great pose to do after that breath. Hands go on our hips. We're taking one leg back. This knee has a bend. I'm bringing those arms up to the sky. And here is our warrior one pose. Taking a breath in warrior one. Hands come together. We bring them to peace pose, and we're standing up in mountain pose. Taking our hands back to our hips, and we're going to the other side on our warrior one. Very good. All right, warrior ones, help us feel brave and strong. Take our hands together, back into peace pose, and take one more deep breath here. The next pose that we're going to go into is chair pose. So in chair pose, our hands go to our hips, our knees bend, and our knees and feet are together. And so I'll show you to the side just so you know. It's like we're sitting in an invisible chair. We bring those arms up in the chair pose. So our chair pose is actually a lot of work. It doesn't look like we're working really hard, but it is. Chair pose is really hard. Very good. I see you doing hard things and trying. It's awesome. Bringing those hands together. Let's do a balance pose. Let's go to eagle. So eagle starts with chair. We're going to cross our hands over. Bend our knees. Remember how our eyes focus on one thing. And we're going to cross our leg over. And we're staring at one thing so we can work out that focus muscle. And even if you need to pause the video to give it a little bit more of a try, you can. So here's our eagle pose. Oh my goodness, let's step out of that and go to mountain pose. Let's try the other side. So we take our hands back, crossed over our shoulders, bending our knees into chair pose. And we can lift one leg. Maybe we need to hold on to something. Maybe we have a mom or dad help us. Maybe we have a brother or sister help us. Or we can help each other. Because remember, superheroes help each other. Very good. And then we bring it down. And then we stand up tall. Now we move into star pose, one of my favorite poses. And our stars, even our hands can sparkle because we all sparkle in our own way. And we can bend our knees and bend our elbows at the same time. Let's do it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From here, we're hopping back to mountain pose. And then we hop to star. And then we hop to mountain. And then we go to star. And we go to mountain. 1 more star. Oh, 1 more mountain. Oh, that was a workout. From here, let's take a great big breath in. Let's sit in boat pose. So boat pose is a very strong pose too. Our knees go to the sky, our feet are on the floor, our hands go to the sky, our arms reach around, and we're gonna go under our knees. Before we do anything, we peek behind us and make sure there's nothing back there, because sometimes we have a little bit of a flat tire. So we're lifting one leg up, and I'll turn to this side. And then we lift the other leg up. Maybe we can do both. Maybe we need to work on that a little bit, and that's okay too. Or we can straighten our legs and we can let go. Here's our boat pose. Ooh, this is a lot of work. But superheroes are not afraid of hard work. From here, let's get out of boat pose and let's move onto our bellies. So when we go on our belly, from here, where our belly buttons are in, super strong, we have our legs lift up and our hands go out like we're flying with our cape. Make sure you're looking down at all your family that you're flying over because you are their superhero. Very good. My head is up, but your head should be looking straight down. So superhero poses here. Very good. We can fly and be really, really strong. And from there, when we're done, our hands go by our sides. Let's go back to child's pose. Oh, take a deep breath in. That was a lot of work. Let's swing our legs around. And our feet go in front of us. Knees are to the sky, hands go behind us. From here, we're swooshing them back and forth. So we have our wind washers. And we have done some wonderful superhero poses today. And now, it's time to slow down. So we're just going to go back and forth. You can do this as long as you want. You're welcome to pause the video and go slower if you need to. And then from here, we're going to go back to our crisscross applesauce. Our hands go on our knees, our spine is tall. And we're ready to take a few more breaths before resting pose. So we're taking our hands together in peace pose. And then they open like this. So we're breathing in, and as we breathe in, we're pressing our fingertips together. And then we're breathing out. And let's go again. Breathe in, press those fingertips together. And breathe out. And one more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. Oh, after those deep breaths, this superhero is ready for resting pose. So you could go and rest on your side, your back, your belly, whatever resting pose looks like for you, that's okay. So go ahead, you can pause the video now, go into a wonderful resting pose, and when you're ready, come on out because we're going to say our namaste. I hope you had a wonderful rest. And now we bring our hands to peace pose. And we're going to say the light in me sees and honors the light in you. My light is respectfully saying goodbye. to your light. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter. Just look for me on Peaceful Poses Kids Yoga. And I also have a website that is peacefulposeskidsyoga.com. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed the superhero class and have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.